Okay, this is a cool video. It's by Game Theory, and it's why YouTube feels boring. So could this be the end of YouTube? Well, we'll find out after this.
Oh, I've done it. I've created the ultimate online video. I watched every YouTube video, but because I thought that Mr. Beast would do that very thing, I decided to do him one better. I watched every YouTube video and counted every pixel on every frame of every video. And guess what? I still thought that Jimmy might do that, so I decided to do him one better. I did it all in 24 hours, and I'll give away $100,000 to every viewer of that video. I've done it. I've done it. It's unbreakable. It's unbeatable. No one can ever outdo me. I've outbeasted the beast. Hello, Internet. Welcome
Matt
to
Pat
Game
becomes
Theory,
Mr.
the
Beast.
superlative day on Matt Pat talks about topics I'm thinking about instead of a game theory. We're gonna be talking about phases. We all go through phases, right? We wear different stuff, we watch different things, and on YouTube we
Animoy femboy phase. Oh, wait a second.
For the last 3 years, YouTube has been going through what I'm calling the era of excess. And I probably don't have to explain to you exactly what I mean by that. You pretty much know it when you see it. The title has the word every in it every time. I tried every food from every state. I tried every impossible sport. Mythical has a format called We Tried Every.
I watched every porn video. Sorry, I need to stop. I'm sorry. That was actually just not on. That was just bad. I'm so sorry.
The Try Guys have Keith Eats the Menu, where he tries every item on a restaurant menu. Eric tries every drive-thru. Eddie Burback goes to every Margaritaville. Matthew Beam goes to every Disneyland, where Alpha Rad rides every ride. Drew Binsky visited all 197 countries, while Markiplier just tries every flavor of Taki. I mean, he actually just licked every flavor of Takis. It's a bit disturbing there, Mark. Even more disturbing than your trailer for Iron Lung. Anyway, you see
What
where
happened to
I'm
the
going with this.
Markiplier I
It's
used to know?
every trend that you see everywhere on the platform. Not to be overlooked though, this phase also includes what I call the nice round number syndrome, which contains a big old number with a dollar sign in front, and the numbers just keep getting bigger. While Mr. Beast has certainly been the one mainstreaming this recently, nice round numbers, they've been making titles and thumbnails more clickable since 2012, when top 10s and top 5 lists dominated the entire YouTube ecosystem.
Oh my god, who remembers the top 10s? That was really all of what YouTube was, just top 10 videos. Welcome, guys, to the top 10 reasons why masturbation is great. Or like, hey guys, and welcome to the top 5 terrorist attacks. It's like, what the fuck? They were like, okay, I get it. Like, they weren't great. Some of them were shit, but it was funny, you know what I mean? Like, they were actually weirdly funny. Like, there's Watch Mojo that had the most terrible lists ever for like gaming videos. Who else? Machinima, who had shit ones. Like, there were so many. It was just top 5s and top 10s. You don't see that anymore at all. And it's sad to see because they were good, but like, they're still like, they are still making videos, but they're not nearly the same anymore, are they? But like, those used to be the fucking best videos. I'll even admit, they were so fun. And I was like really young when those started really coming out. Damn, that's nostalgia hitting me there.
Leading to all your favorite giveaway and comparison videos. The numbers evolved from top 10.
Can I also just say, I've watched 2 minutes of this video. I haven't seen a reference to any of my videos. Like, what the fuck? Where's my fucking... where's my Call of Duty zombie fucking videos coming up in what's being recommended today's market? Oh, fuck off. I'll have you know, I actually had a Minecraft video like a year ago that 200 views in like a day. Bear in mind, it's still on around 200 views to this day, but that doesn't matter, alright?
Now we have $1 steak versus $1,000 steak, $1 versus $100,000 computers, $1 houses versus $100 million houses, and of course, the all-time classic, I gave a random person on the street $100,000 for the clout. I mean, obviously there's some vague reason.
I mean, I do those videos, to be fair. I do, like, I'll put my hands up, I don't do them. I don't do them as videos, but I personally just go out there and I give people 100 grand because, like, that's like pocket change to me. Like, have you seen my subscriber count recently? Holy shit! Like 100 grand. I fucking wipe my ass with that shit.
We've seen $10,000 ice cream, the world's biggest pizza, and we've watched Casey Neistat recline his way through every expensive Emirati flight on the planet. It's great. Clearly, we all love it and watch it, otherwise the algorithm wouldn't serve it up to you on a silver platter, but I'm here to tell you that there's a hidden cost to these videos, and no amount of dollar signs and zeros is ever gonna do it justice. The interesting thing about excess videos is that they're not just about the superlative of something or trying something nicer than average, they're a constant, unwinnable game of escalation. We already ate the biggest burger at one restaurant, so, then we had to escalate. We had to eat the biggest burger at every restaurant. But once you do that, where else do you go? Well, then you have to eat at every restaurant that ever serves a burger. You get the idea. I'm sure if I asked you why we like this sort of content so much, there are some easy answers that come to mind. It's satisfying. You get to see things that are too expensive to buy for yourself. Maybe it's funny to see people try crazy stuff.
Yeah,
All
nice,
of
right.
that is very true, but there's also a lot more boiling under the surface of our excess addiction on YouTube. Understanding the psychology of why you're watching these videos might make you think twice about when to click on them and when to keep scrolling. Today we're talking about where this era of excess comes from, where it's going, and why you should know for your own mental health. It's probably no surprise to you that watching content on the internet, any content, even this sort of content, is doing all sorts of things to your brain. In a nutshell, consuming content online when you're scrolling on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, or Instagram activates neuronal pathways in your brain that are commonly known as reward pathways. You scroll and ooh, a new thing to see. Scroll again and ooh, another new thing to see. Forever and ever, endlessly to the end of time. And each time you're
It is scary though, isn't it? Like, if you're thinking about it, like, especially with TikTok coming into its own, like, the whole thing with TikTok, like, if you were to probably look into, like, the TikTok algorithm, it's probably, like, the scariest shit ever. Like, I think I did hear this, but someone was like, the TikTok way that, like, TikTok shows what videos show up on your For You page is scary. Like, apparently, like, they track everything. And, like, some people be like, oh no, they're fucking hacking me. I'd be like, so what the fuck? They're still sending me nice videos. I don't give a shit. It's like, look, they might be tracking me, but they're still sending me some fucking weird shit on that platform. They're not sending. The amount of times I've got, like, Dragon's Den fucking things now, and, like, South Park. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't care if they're tracking me. If they want to do it, it's fine. But, like, because it's for, like, a good reason, I guess. But, like, people obviously just hate when people heard the word tracking. They think automatically it's bad. It's not that bad, trust me. Like, if you don't even notice it, then it's probably not that bad. And, like, you're probably chill. So, honestly, TikTok, do your thing. But it's scary. And my voice is cracked. Shut the fuck up.
These happy feelings come from your brain's dopamine reward pathway, and they're the same ones that get activated when someone hands you an ice cream sundae, or the feeling that you get when you beat a level in a video game. Years ago, we actually did a video on this channel all about the addictive qualities of games like Candy Crush, which is just as relevant today for social media as it was back then for mobile gaming addiction. In case you haven't seen it, I'm gonna summarize it quickly. When it comes to consuming content, unfortunately, we're going in with the deck stacked against us, starting with the literal brain inside our own heads. Biologically, our brains have been wired from the beginning to find rewarding experiences in life and then double down on those rewards because a few thousand ancestors ago, that was what was able to keep us alive. Now, that reward-seeking behavior we all have baked into our neurons gets translated to a key weakness that can be exploited by everyone from game developers to marketing companies, and especially by social video platforms. Watching funny TikToks, satisfying aesthetic videos on Instagram, and clever YouTube shorts, they're all microdosing dopamine into your brain all day long until you're suddenly feeling compelled to keep scrolling just to try and feel okay. There's been a lot of research done in this area, and even if literally none of us are following the advice of limit your screen time, we at least know, yeah, we probably should be doing that, but no.
I don't even want to think about my screen time. Like, it's like something, it does, like, what it is though, it's like a lot of YouTube I would watch, and like TikTok takes up so much of that time now. Like, it is genuinely an addiction, TikTok. Like, it's the whole thing with the dopamine shit. Like, it's fucking mad, like, how people just get addicted to TikTok. And I heard, like, something that was really mad, where it was, like, TikTok was, like, you could scroll on TikTok for, like, 2 hours, and someone would ask you, what's the last 5 videos you've seen? You wouldn't know. You'd barely even know the most recent one you watched. That's how, like, you're wasting so much time on something you will not remember whatsoever. And it's just, like, shit. Like, if you think of the amount of TikTok videos you watch, and how many you remember, it's like probably in like the 0.000%. Like, it's crazy how little we remember about TikTok, yet we spend so much time on it.
I tried every flavor of Lay's chips, where they have the setup of these videos down to a science. Probably why it's a whole series over on GMM. They start right off the bat by teasing what's in the video. This hooks you in the first few seconds in the exact same way that a TikTok does.
27 flavors of Lay's, but only one can be the best. Let's talk about that.
This is the exact same tactic that Mr. Beast uses in every one of his $1 versus $1 million videos. Or, I guess now it's $100 million videos.
This is a $100 million mega mansion.
And this This isn't me trying to single out any creators or point fingers, it's just a tactic used by everyone who's successful on the platform right now. Josh Weissman.
Today we're going to be ranking and tasting every major fast food burger in America.
Airrack.
You're looking at a collection of all the fastest man-made vehicles in history.
Hopescope.
I bought every Barbie dream house ever.
Mr. Who is the Boss.
I bought every single dildo in the world, and I'm gonna see which one's the best. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe. And also, I looked at my recently, and my viewer age group is normally around the age of 13 to 17. So thank you guys so much, and keep watching this on YouTube, kids.
45 seconds to 1 minute and 15 seconds goes by, they switch to a new flavor of chip, giving you just long enough for a satisfying crunch, some color commentary, a couple of jokes, bam! On to the next before you got bored. In Hopescope's tour through the history of Barbie dream houses, a video that I personally loved by the way, she switches between dream houses less than every 2 minutes. Airrack is way more intense when ranking all the fast food restaurants, going through them at a pace of 10 to 30 seconds each. Mr. Beast's favorite way to do this is by completely switching up challenges every 3 minutes or so. His classic I gave away an island to my 100 millionth subscriber video switches challenges every 1 minute and 30 seconds to 2 minutes and 45 seconds. While in his somewhat controversial Curing People's Blindness video, the longest any
Fuck off, that video is not controversial. What a fucking stupid video. Like, people are getting mad at, like, people are fucking assholes to Mr. Beast for like no reason. Like, some people are just dickheads to him. There's ever a video that's turning me off wants to be like a content creator, it's fucking this. This is terrifying. It's like, yep, you want to be big on YouTube? Fucking buy every single Barbie doll in the world and spawn every Barbie set, and then also lock yourself inside of a prison there for 30 days and you get 10 grand for it. But you have to fund that 10 grand yourself. But yeah, let me just pull the money out of my ass.
That in mind though, so far we've only talked about the ways that the era of excess is hijacking our brain and the programming schedule of your favorite creator. But what about you, as a normal viewer? Turns out that the era of excess may be having a number of other unintended consequences for fans of YouTube, and these consequences aren't so easy to detox from. First, let's just talk about what's so appealing about excess content when we watch it. It's fun. It's neat to see people take things to the extreme, and for a lot of us, the era of excess is a form of escapism. Now, there's nothing wrong with a little escapism. People have been using books, TV, movies, theater, video games, all kinds of media forever to escape their humdrum lives, or in our case, a world that often feels like it's about to burn down around us.
Are you a student who learns from YouTube videos or attends online classes?
Well, it's gonna burn
Video
down
Notebook
after seeing
will
these
make your
ads.
life
Fuck.
easy.
Idealizes tiny problems, fancy clothes, fancy cars, extravagant vacations, or enormous houses. Any of those topics sound familiar? They should. They're literally everywhere in the era of excess here on YouTube. Visit the craziest hotels, eat the $1,000 steak, try on the 20 new outfits that you could never afford, and do it in every video across YouTube. There's actually a name for this kind of viewership, and if it sounds gross, well, it is. It's called wealth prawn, and it's been around just as long as wealth itself has. If you're a boomer, your generation had Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, one of the most influential reality shows of all time before reality TV was even a thing. As the creator of the show described it, it allowed everyone to feel like someday they too could live a fancy lifestyle.
When you first conceived, did you have any idea that people would be as interested in how the other half lived?
It's almost as if the whole thing has slipped into the vernacular of the dictionary, because everybody is curious, but to an extent that we never dreamed. Here in America, everybody wants to be a winner. Everybody dreams of being very, very successful. And so for a moment with our show, we showcase the winners, and then we let the people dream and say, yes, we too could live like that and be like that.
Moving into the 90s and 2000s, he had shows like MTV Cribs, Real Housewives, and then the ultimate in wealth prawn, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. With each of those shows on their own escalating journey to show off more wealth, more
Wow, this is the guy who
extravagance, and
fucking
more
made these shows?
aspirational
Jesus.
living than the last. But where wealth prawn used to be confined to just a couple of shows that aired a few times a week, now it's literally everywhere. Every time you log onto YouTube, there it is, a brand new video, or 3, or 7, all ready for you to consume to get that hit of dopamine, except that's not truly what happens. When you're surrounded by wealth prawn all the time, instead of feeling inspired by the beautiful lifestyles showcased online, viewers report feeling more discouraged about their own lifestyle. Because everywhere you look, it feels like there's someone who has it better than you, someone who could afford to explore exotic islands or buy 30 pairs of sneakers, all the while inflation continues to rise out here in the real world. Everything is getting more expensive, and you're just out here wondering if you're going to be able to afford next month's rent. But if every video you see online is in every video, it can be hard to remember that fact. And it's starts to normalize the idea that we should all be living in this excessive way. And so when we can't, we
Let's be honest though, if every single video that comes up on your recommended is in every whatever video, you're a fucking NPC. I'm sorry. Surely you have something else that is get recommended to you. Like, come on. If it's just like every single video, that's boring. Like, if I look on mine right now, I can guarantee, let me look, like this, I can nearly guarantee it will not be that many. Like, yeah. Okay, it's better if I don't speak now.
And because dopamine is now tied to our viewing addiction, it leads us to watch another video to try and get that hit, to try and feel normal again, to try and see what this one is going to be like. And you just wind up repeating the cycle again.
It's practically like a drug, the way they're explaining this. Matt Bass is trying, it's like it's a drug where it's like, gotta get another hit in. I love watching these fucking $1 versus $100 million house videos. Oh, I haven't had one in ages. I need a hit. Give me a fucking hit. I need it. Fucking put it, inject me with it. Inject me. Fuck.
It's especially dangerous when you consider that 25% of young people reported going to platforms like TikTok to get financial advice, which can then lead them to not only feeling worse, but actually spending more on things they don't need to try and achieve that lifestyle that they're constantly being shown they should have. So what then do we do? You're about to see every of something, you need to recognize that that video is designed to trick your brain into thinking it's getting a prize. Spoiler alert, it's not. It's actually a TikTok
Well, it's like if tricking your brain. Me watching a Mr. Beast video is like tricking my brain, which is essentially like a drug. It's fucking crazy, but like the way he's explaining it. But in the way he's not wrong in the sense either. Like, it's technically true, but that's the scary part.
Also, it's important to recognize that even though YouTubers seem to be all footloose and fancy-free with their expensive stuff and far-flung vacations, what you're seeing isn't real. Behind those big videos are big expense checks, and all the brand deal and ad revenue that pours in is getting poured right back out to the massive teams that are making these videos happen.
But in a way, that's good though. Where it's like, oh, they're spending all this money, but to make a video that expensive, they need to be spending so much. So it's like, they're not making loads and loads of money. Now, don't get me wrong, I think Mr. Beast is still doing well for himself, don't get me wrong. But it's not like, every video he makes, it's not just like, oh, let me just do this video, cost me fuck all, really, let's be honest. And all of a sudden, then he earns loads of money from it. He's spending loads of money on these videos, but then gaining it all back. So it's like, sure, makes sense. Honestly, I agree. The $1 versus $10K dollar videos aren't cool anymore. I say that even though, yes, like the last stream I literally was watching a Mr. Beast video, but it is a bit they're not the best, are they? And they are quite boring as well at times, and it's a bit like, it's less personality based, but like it is like a drug now that I'm thinking about it. Like, POV Mr. Beast be like, today I bought the moon and I'm gonna let the moon hit the earth. Honestly, do not be surprised if Mr. Beast makes a video on the moon. I will not be surprised in the next year he makes a video on the moon, or at least at some point he will make a video on the moon. Like, it is fucking mad. Like, it's, I'd say he will, you know, or at least something along the lines of that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised the amount of shit he does be doing.
From here, the future of shorts, how far you can escalate before you hit a ceiling, what YouTube should be doing as a platform, but that's all episodes for another day. For now, knowledge is power, so consider yourself armed.
Okay, well that was a very scary video to watch. That was terrifying. That made me rethink a lot of things in there. Made me feel like a drug addict. But interesting, 100% interesting, and it does make you think about what the stuff you're watching and why you're watching it.